I would be looking at him like, what y'all doing at them sleepovers? All it takes is one drunken night. You get a little loose. Like, you didn't have to be this creepy and weird. Hello, little enzymes. Welcome back to Dacia's Digest. We have a bit of a different setup today. I have some people staying with me right now, so I'm filming in my bed in my room. Also, my hair's not done. We're very comfortable in our setup for today, but that's okay. The topic for today is going to be boyfriends being sus. So, as always, everything is included in the description. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, I'm currently wearing my Call Your Therapist hoodie. I washed it yesterday to see how it holds up, and it still looks good. Like, the print still looks good, so I think this might be good to go as far as like offering it to you guys to buy. So there will be more information about merch and stuff. I know a lot of people have given a lot of ideas about what they want to see in merch. I just have to get samples just to make sure like the quality is good and, you know, do designs and stuff, but it will be coming soon. With all that being said, let's get into it. All right. Boyfriend's best friend came out and has feelings for him. My boyfriend, 28 male, and I, 32 female, have been together for 3 years. He is insanely social, and I am more of a stay in and do crafts kind of person, but it works. Recently, our schedules have been pretty opposite, and we usually only see each other 3 days a week. He has a best friend, Thomas, 33 male, who is recently going through a divorce with a woman and has been spending a lot of time with him. I have always gotten the vibe that Thomas was queer in some form just by the way he talks about men. He recently came out to my boyfriend and told him that's the real reason for his divorce. My boyfriend is very straight and doesn't really know a lot of gay people, but I have a ton of queer friends and told him to be extra sensitive and treat Thomas like he is no different. When my boyfriend told me about Thomas, I told him that I was proud of him for living his true life, but hopefully the soon-to-be ex-wife is doing okay. They have been spending a lot of time together, and Thomas frequently stays over at his place because he works in the city but lives like 45 minutes away. They work together, so obviously I understood the convenience factor and I was happy they were having fun. My boyfriend left out a major part of Thomas's coming out, in my opinion, that Thomas also said he's had a crush on my boyfriend since they met and has feelings for him. I asked him when he told him that, and he said around a month ago. Now, chat, I would be looking at my man a bit sideways if he left out the fact that his best friend, who has been having regular sleepovers at his place multiple times a week, came out and said he had a feelings for him a month ago and he ain't say nothing. I would be looking at him like, what y'all doing at them sleepovers? Okay. Because while, yes, you know, a straight male can be friends with a homosexual male, the fact that the homosexual male has feelings for the straight male and the straight male knew it 30 days ago and didn't tell his wife or his girlfriend, that's just sounding sus. She said, I know my boyfriend wouldn't cheat, and I am very confident he doesn't have feelings for men in general, but the thought of someone crushing on him, drinking with him, and sleeping over doesn't feel great to me, because all it takes is one drunken night. You get a little loose, you get a little touchy, you start playing games, and before you know it, not saying that's what is happening, but I would not be surprised if it did happen. Anyway, she said, I don't ever want to be the type of partner that isolates someone from a friend, but I want to set a boundary. I'm not sure what that boundary needs to be because based on my initial reaction, my boyfriend said he will just stop hanging out with Thomas, and I said I'm not asking him to do that. I explained to him that if I had someone who had a crush on me sleep over regularly, he would feel weird about that, and he agreed. That's what I was just going to say too. It's not really the fact that the friend is sleeping over or anything like that. Like, the main point really is that it's a friend who has feelings for him, regardless if it's like a male or a female or whatever. He got feelings for you, bro. So at the very least, like, I don't think someone who has feelings for you while you're in a relationship should be sleeping over and drinking and doing all that regularly with you. She said, I really don't know how to handle this situation and feel like I almost sound homophobic setting boundaries after Thomas just came out. Nah, I don't think she's sounding homophobic at all. Someone said, if nothing else, it's not healthy to spend this much time with someone you fancy who is in a relationship where it will never happen. OP responded, this was my thought too. It definitely doesn't feel like Thomas respects our relationship right now. Another comment, this is just basic relationship boundaries. You don't have people sleeping over who are sexually interested openly in you and or your partner unless you are into that. And then someone else said, I'm echoing this. My good friend came out to me and then a few weeks later told me he was into me. I am not gay or bi. I was also in a relationship at the time. I had to have a frank discussion with him. I asked him if we could be friends or if that would be too hard. He didn't think we could be friends, so we drifted apart for a while. Later, after he had come out to everyone and was actively dating, we connected and he told me that he knew I was safe and he confused that safety with mutual attraction. He also told me that while I am his type, he overstepped and apologized. We're now good friends. Setting boundaries isn't a bad thing, it can be healthy. OP responded, that's interesting and something I was taking into account as well, since Thomas is going through a lot of changes right now. My boyfriend is insanely kind and a great listener, so maybe Thomas is confusing some of his romantic feelings with safety. That could be it. Another comment, I get the impulse on a boundary, but it's not your place, it's his. Tell him you're uncomfortable, sure, but don't also set the rules. See what rule he sets and then talk about it. The rules will cause a wedge if you set them, but he'll thank you for supporting him if he sets the same rule for himself. Respect your partner's autonomy, even though it's challenging here. OP responded, thank you for this. One thing I love about our relationship is we don't try to control each other and respect each other's lives outside of one another. I think my boyfriend can be a bit of a people pleaser and literally just laughed and said, sorry, I'm not into dudes, when Thomas confessed his feelings. I hope he has a deeper discussion with Thomas about these feelings he has and what that means for their friendship moving forward. Another comment, how could that be his best friend and he didn't know he was gay all this time? OP responded, I think Thomas played the straight guy for a long time. He's been married to a woman for like 8 years, so I guess it could have been overlooked. And yeah, sometimes guys just be so clueless. Like they really don't be knowing when or if their friend is gay. And I feel like these days people are still ignorant to what a gay person even looks like or what a gay person acts like. Like gay people don't all fit into one box. So it's not, you can't always just tell if someone is gay. Like society still has some unlearning to do when it comes to the concept of like gay people and what that looks like. Because yeah, like OP even said, the one reason that she figured that he might be gay is because of the way that he talked about men, not necessarily like his mannerisms or what he looked like or what he smelled like or how well he took care of himself. It's like not all gay people are the same, bro. So 3 days later, there's an update. A few of you asked for an update, so here it goes. Some of you thought my boyfriend was secretly gay. Some of you thought I was a controlling paranoid B, but majority of you told me I just needed to have a long talk with my boyfriend, and that is what I did. I work at a cafe a few blocks away from my boyfriend's place, and luckily they let me have an hour-long break, so I got my boyfriend a breakfast sandwich and told him we really need to talk about Thomas. He responded with, yes, we definitely do. I told him that I know he is not a cheater and I don't think anything would happen between the two of them, but Thomas always sleeping over when I am unavailable is making me uncomfortable. He told me Thomas was making him uncomfortable too, and he just hasn't taken the time to process all of this. He told me that he had a story from his childhood that he was deeply ashamed of. Basically, his good childhood friend came out to him freshman year and also said he had feelings for him. He responded, very badly and told him to never talk to him again. He said his friend ended up quitting sports and getting severely depressed, and when he tried to apologize after high school, the friend told him he did not accept it. My boyfriend had tears in his eyes telling me this and said that he will never forgive himself for acting so cruel. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. He then broke down the exact conversation he had with Thomas. He said he was telling Thomas about a fun day we had at this local fair and how on the Ferris wheel he was looking at me and realized he wants to spend the rest of his life with me. He said Thomas gave him a strange look and told him he needed to tell him something. Thomas told him that the reason he is getting divorced is because he is gay and was never attracted to his wife. That's when he proceeded to tell my boyfriend that he is insanely attracted to him and he's his exact type of man. Not Thomas. Not Thomas trying to swoop in and take OP man right when he says, yeah, I really think I'm going to spend the rest of my life with him. Here Thomas go, wait. Actually, before you really think about that, let me just let you know, I like you, bro. I'm divorcing my wife to be with you for real. So you still think you want to spend the rest of your life with her or what? What you want to do? Like, sir, go heal. Okay. You're coming fresh off a divorce. Like, you don't need to just be jumping into another relationship. Go spend some time alone. That is correct. That is funny. The story continues. My boyfriend said he tried to respond basically opposite of his freshman self and just thanked him for being honest and open about himself. My boyfriend told me he realizes he should have told him explicitly that he doesn't feel the same, but figured he would know that based on the way he talks about me. One thing I had completely forgotten about is that Thomas is technically his boss now. I remember us all celebrating his promotion, but didn't put it together that he was his boss now. My boyfriend told me he felt pressured to still let him crash all the time at his place because of his divorce, and he tried to just pretend he didn't admit having feelings for him for the sake of their friendship. My boyfriend then had a talk with Thomas and it didn't go well. He told Thomas that he would never have those feelings for him, and the sleepovers feel kind of weird now. Thomas blamed me. Sir, that's his girl. They've been together 3 years. Thomas blamed me and started calling me a controlling, harmful partner, but my boyfriend shut it down and told him that this was all coming from him and he should just start looking for his own apartment in the city. Later that night, I got a phone call from Thomas. I could tell he had been drinking a lot, but I hoped he was calling to apologize or at least compromise. That was not the case. He started off by saying that my boyfriend could do so much better than me and that I am just a scrappy gold digger. My boyfriend and Thomas work in finance and I work at a cafe. So yes, my boyfriend makes a lot more money than me, but I still pay my own way in life. Thomas went on to say my boyfriend should be with someone in the same tax bracket as him, and then told me, you're really not as pretty as you think, and you dress like a poor person. Not he jealous. And like, what are you gonna gain from this, bro? Like, what do you really think? This is not helping your case. Opie said it pissed me off, so I told him he sounded like a snob douchebag, and he's only saying this because my boyfriend basically rejected him. He then told me that if he would have made a move at the right time, he could have convinced my boyfriend to cheat, which I found insanely creepy. That is very creepy. So that sounds very predatory. That's very creepy. She said he then started going off on a misogynistic rant, how ironic, about how women are just trying to trap all the attractive men and we are all horrible, blah, blah, blah. I ended up hanging up on him. I immediately called my boyfriend and he was pissed. I actually have never heard my boyfriend so mad, but he told me that Thomas is a creepy weirdo and he feels so gross that he was best friends with him for years. I told him he might want to have a talk with HR just to be safe so that Thomas doesn't retaliate and that the whole thing is insanely appropriate, especially because it's his boss. That is very inappropriate. I feel so bad for my boyfriend because he's lost his best friend and now his job will be freaking weird at the very least. The thing about my boyfriend is he loves his job and takes it very seriously. At first, I felt like part of this was my fault, but after reflecting, I am happy I brought it to light because it sounded like Thomas was basically planning to intimately assault my boyfriend after a drunken night. And that's what I was saying. All them sleepovers, all them late nights with the drinking, like whether we want to admit it or not, when you're under the influence of alcohol or any type of substance, yes, your decision-making skills are severely impaired. Things that you would accept when you're completely sober might not be too bad when you're a little loose. Okay, that's why you have to know yourself and you have to make sure that you're not putting yourself in certain situations where you might slip up. Now, on the opposite end, the fact that Thomas was low-key planning to assault this man is crazy and very creepy and very weird. It's almost as if he probably could have already had a place of his own, like an apartment of his own. Yeah, because he was staying with the boyfriend a few nights a week. So where were you staying the other nights in the week? So you really didn't have to stay there, for real. And you work in finance. You have enough money to stay somewhere else. So that was very, very predatory, very, very creepy, very, very weird. She said, my boyfriend has been sad today and took the day off, and I really wish I could fix things. I think he's nervous about work, and I don't blame him, but it breaks my heart seeing him like this. We did take my dog to the beach, and my dog is such a goof, and my boyfriend was laughing a lot, so that was good. Thank you, everyone, for all the advice, and I really wish things didn't play out this way. Someone said, girl, I'm so happy for you because, like a lot of us said, the whole sleeping over thing was the perfect opportunity for something intimate to happen between them, whether your boyfriend consented or not. Letting someone who admitted having feelings for him sleep at his house with alcohol involved is the perfect recipe for something crazy to happen. Thomas is a freaking predator. He doesn't deserve the kindness you guys showed him when he came out. You guys need to check on his ex-wife. I feel so bad for her. Plus, she might be of help when, not if, but when Thomas starts messing with your boyfriend's job. Opie said, thank you. I am also happy that nothing happened in those regards, but it literally crushes my heart seeing my boyfriend so sad and nervous. My boyfriend is genuinely one of the kindest people I have ever met, and he says he feels like such an idiot now. They were best friends for like 5 years, so he has a lot to process, and I am honestly super worried what work is going to be like for him on Monday. That really does suck. You losing somebody who you was friends with for years over some weird shit that they did. Like, you didn't have to be this creepy and weird. And I'm also side-eyeing him for the fact that he was married to a woman and he gay. Well, only if he already knew he was gay before he got married. Because for me, I feel that that is unfair. If you already know you gay, don't marry a woman. You literally don't have to do that. You literally don't have to do that. You can just stay single or have a lavender marriage. That's a thing nowadays. People agree to those, but like, don't have her blindly in a situation when she could, they was married for 8 years, presumably, if he knew the entire time that he was gay, he wasted 8 years of her life. But I guess it all just depends. Now, if he just kind of figured out that he was gay kind of after, then, but I doubt it. Just the type of person that he sounds like he is within this post, I seriously doubt it. And so that makes him double the a-hole, because you being a predator with your friend and you done wasted your wife's time. Next story. Am I the a-hole for wanting to take a promotion even though my boyfriend says it's not the life he imagined for us? What that got to do with him? Not the life you imagined. Okay. I recently got offered a pretty sweet promotion at work. It means more responsibility, a bigger paycheck, and honestly, it's something I've been working towards for a while. I'm excited and ready to step up. But when I told my boyfriend about it, things got complicated. He wasn't thrilled. He said that this new role would change our lifestyle too much, like less time for chill weekends, more stress, maybe even less time together. Nah, he got to go. He got to go. This is an op. There's no way. Like this would probably be a deal breaker for me, because what are you really, to me, we really wouldn't be on the same page at this point. I'm the type of person that I always like to progress in life. Like, I always like to move kind of to the next thing. It doesn't always have to be, it could even be a lateral move, but I feel like I always need to be moving and working towards something. And your main thing when I tell you I'm gonna get a promotion is we're gonna have less time to chill. To me, we're not on the same page. We're not on the same page with how we want to live our lives. And so we probably would just have to separate. It's like you haven't even let me try the promotion out yet to even see if that's actually going to be the case. So what is the real reason that you don't want me to, like, it would just be a lot of things going on in my head if a partner said something like that to me in response to me saying I'm gonna get a promotion. She said, basically, he painted a picture of me turning into a workaholic who forgets how to relax and, more importantly, forgets about us. I get where he's coming from. Relationships do need time and effort, and I don't want to lose that. But I also can't just put my goals on hold because he's uncomfortable with change. I tried to explain that a promotion doesn't mean I'll drop everything else. I'm not about to become a robot who only lives for work. Plus, this opportunity feels like a big step for me personally and professionally. He keeps pushing back, saying he wants a simpler life, maybe less ambition, stress, and worries it'll hurt our relationship down the line. Honestly, it's frustrating because it feels like my growth is a problem for him. It is. Your growth is a problem for him because his growth is also a problem for him. He don't want to grow. He want to stay in the same mundane life that he's in right now. And that's fine. Like, some people don't, like, they're good with being where they're at. They don't want to get promotions. They don't want to move up. They don't want to deal with this and that and make more money and have more responsibilities. That's perfectly fine if that works for them. But if it doesn't work for you, you don't have to accept it. And your partner not being excited about your promotion, that's just off to me. That's off. Like, to me, it's given, I need you to rely on me. I don't need you to get higher than me. I don't need you to make more money than me. I need you to just be home, have time for me. Like, it's giving selfish. She said, so now I'm stuck wondering, am I the jerk here? Should I just say no to this promotion for the sake of keeping the peace? Girl, no. Or is it okay to want more for myself, even if it makes my boyfriend uncomfortable? Yes. And keyword boyfriend. Is he paying them bills? You got a ring on your finger? And even if you did, this would be crazy. She said, I love him and I want us to be happy, but I also want to feel proud of what I do and not hold myself back. What do you all think? Am I the a-hole for wanting this? Someone said, would he put his promotion on hold for you? You would regret it if you did, not the a-hole. Another person, it doesn't sound like he has ambition to get a promotion. Someone else, yeah, the quote, ambition stress sounds like he's stressed out, that OP won't find him ambitious enough, and like he's afraid that others might give him crap if OP is bringing more financially to the relationship than he is. I would have to agree. Update 1 day later, after posting, I sat down with my boyfriend for a proper talk. Like, no TV on, no phones, just us. I told him point blank that this promotion is important to me and that I don't see why building a future together means one of us has to shrink our goals. I also made it clear that while I value our relationship, I can't promise him a low-stress, small dream life just to fit into what he imagined. He admitted he was scared, not of me working more, but of feeling left behind if my career moves faster than his. And that is actually crazy. You want me to put my life and my career on hold just because you feel like I might outgrow yours? Do better. Work harder. Get more certifications. And also just be happy for me. Damn. Go to therapy. Like, but it's just it's all it comes down to is selfishness. Because if he was the one getting the promotion, he would be perfectly fine with it. That's just selfish. She said, that honestly hit me harder than I expected. I told him that's not my plan, but I can't stop my own progress out of fear. In the end, I accepted the promotion. He said he's willing to try and support me, but I can tell he's still uneasy. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt for now, but I also promised myself that if this becomes a constant battle, I'll have to reconsider the relationship. The way I see it, if someone loves you, they should want to see you grow, not keep you small. I agree. Somebody said, I knew it. That little weasel wants to hold you back so he can feel good about being ahead of you. It was never about you and all about him. He's going to try as though he's doing you a massive favor. He should be celebrating with you. Opie responded, haha, I get what you're saying. I don't know if I'd go as far as calling him a little weasel, but yeah, I definitely felt that this was more about his own securities than about my actual job. I wish his first reaction had been excitement instead of worry, but at least now I know how he really feels. I'm hoping he steps up and proves he can be genuinely supportive, because I'd rather have a partner who celebrates with me than one who keeps me second guessing myself. Yeah, I agree. Let's go to the palate cleanser. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Oh, also, there's a new feature on YouTube. It's called like Boost or something, where you can like boost your favorite channels. Hold on. It's a new thing that you can do. Oh yeah, it's for channels under 50,000 subscribers. You can do this. It's called Hype. I just clicked on some random video on my explore page, but you see right there where it says Hype. If you click that, I think it like boosts my channel and puts me on like some kind of leaderboard to get more reach or something like that. Like it's different than the actual like likes, and it's specifically for channels under 50K. So if you're seeing that option under my video, go ahead and hit the hype button to help your girl out. Let's go to the palate cleanser. This is a video I saw on YouTube. It says ranking the top 7 most overdramatic kids. And it literally is just a compilation of kids who are just overly dramatic. I apologize for the people who are not actually watching, because it's going to be hard for me to explain what's happening because there's multiple different moments, but hopefully you can kind of get the gist of what's going on just by hearing what's going on. But let me go ahead and play it.
Silas, come get your medicine, boo. Good, swallow.
He took a little bit.
No, we're not done, but we still got some more.
He said all done.
So we still got some more to go.
What's wrong with that little dude?
But I don't want to hold your hand, bro.
You want to get run over by a car? Come on, boy. Ain't nobody gonna run you over.
Huh, bro?
The baby was crying with their head like against the door, crying all loud, and then they like look back at their parents to see if they're watching, and they put their head back on the door and keep crying.
Help me! Help me! Help me! Help me! Mommy!
Haven, you're not stuck. No, look.
Bro, kids are so annoying, bro. This girl has herself wedged between a door and a sliding door and a door frame. And she's like, Mom, help me, help me, help me. And her mom is like calling her name. She pulls herself out of the wedge to look around the corner. Her mom's like, you're not stuck. What the heck? Then she goes back into the space. Girl, get out of there.
Come out this way.
Help me!
Really, Jeremiah? How old are you?
Oh, he's so
And you
cute.
want me to pick you up to go up the stairs?
Yeah.
He's so cute.
No. Yeah, come on, Pooka.
I would have picked him up too.
You want food? Okay, what kind of food do you want?
I don't want to tell you.
Twinkle, twinkle, little. We will.
No.
New hallelujah again, a new.
No.
Oh.
No.
His face.
A, B, C, D, E, F,
Like,
G.
no. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.